Hello everyone, this is Hadrian. Thank you for watching. Let's play some Subnautica and kick off our Into the Locker series, shall we? How's this for a way to start off a Let's Play? Get out of the chair. Crap. No. Point it forward. Thank you. Okay. Fire. Go away. Oh, God. I got burned by, like, the last smidgen of fire. Okay. Hey, a PDA. I love this line. Check this out.
Greetings, survivor. Great job not dying. To assist you in further survival in emergency situations, you have been issued this personal data assistant.
Thank you.
The interface visible now will organize your inventory, display currently available construction blueprints, and holds other valuable information.
Excellent.
Please take a moment
like that
to
information.
familiarize yourself with it.
Okay, so I've got a fire extinguisher on me.
Detecting increased local radiation levels. Trend
Oh,
is
yes.
consistent with ongoing degradation of the Aurora's dark matter drive core due to damage
That thing.
sustained during collision. Continuing to monitor.
Cool. Keep me posted. So our ship has crashed. We're in big trouble. We're going to go ahead and get a medical kit out of the fabricator there. And also, pick up some flares, some filtered water. Actually, tell you what. I'm going to leave this stuff here. I don't typically need it. We'll take the first aid kit with us, but if I need to come grab food, I know where it is. It's in the open storage container, so I have some stuff to start with. So, first things first, before I go anywhere, we have, well, let me give you another view of our situation. This is our situation. Water. For as far as the eye can see. And this is what Subnautica is all about. Before I take my first dive, I need to start immediately thinking about getting equipment where I could dive for longer, where I could just do more stuff. And the very first thing is a bigger oxygen tank. So let me take a look at the equipment that I can make with our fabricator here. And I will need some titanium and some glass. Now, I know how to get titanium. That's pretty easy. You get metal salvage. And then glass, yeah, it's 2 quarts. Quartz, as always. So we're going to start this off in rather theatrical style. Into the water. Awesome. So, unlike the
continued degradation of the Aurora's
other game that I've been playing...
Oh,
wait.
Quantum detonation.
Let me listen to her.
Calculating risk assessment. Death by malnourishment, 7%.
That's
by
pretty good.
Physical injury, 11%.
Okay, it's pretty good.
By exposure to radioactive crash site materials, 19%.
Oh, that's lovely.
If
Thanks.
the drive core is breached, probability of death increases to 65%.
Okay. So we don't want the drive core to breach, basically. But, spoiler alert, we can't really do anything to stop it. So we just need to stay the hell away from the ship for a second. So that's what we're going to do. Now, you might have noticed while she was talking, I picked up some glass, or some quartz, and I picked up some titanium. So here is what we're going to do. We're going to convert the salvage we picked up into actual titanium pieces, which is 4 pieces, and then we're going to get glass from the 2 quartz we picked up, and then immediately, boom, we now have an oxygen tank, which will help us swim a lot longer down there. Next order of business, let's get some fins, shall we? We need silicone rubber. Silicone rubber. What's the ingredient for that again? I know this. Okay, we need 4 creepvine seed clusters, which means we have to locate the nearest kelp forest. Oh, hey, kelp forest. That's actually really close. Sometimes you have to swim a little bit of ways. Not a terrible distance, but it's good that it's that close. So notice we now have 75 seconds. Well, not seconds, but 75 oxygen units. As you can see, they go down about 3 at a time. And there's the creepvine seed cluster. So we just need to grab some of those while hopefully avoiding the local predators. So, as I was saying before the voice rudely interrupted me, the big difference right away that you're seeing, first of all, yes, the game is just incredibly colorful compared to The Long Dark, which is what I've been playing in this time slot up until this point, and I've played a couple of series in The Long Dark. I tried to do a series in Subnautica a while ago, and some hard drive troubles set in while I was recording it. For a second, I thought it was the game messing up and giving me some kind of unprecited trouble with recording, but it was, in fact... Oh, wait. I'll get this thought out eventually. My silly computer keeps interrupting me.
A quantum detonation will occur with a probability of
That's not good.
85.5%. Advise observing a 1 kilometer safety range.
I figure that's about a kilometer, right? So anyway, the big difference is, yes, it's a much more colorful game, but also, let me just pop back up here one more time. Just going back and forth. That's the entire content of this episode. I mean, we just can go in any direction. That's just kelp popping up out of the water. We can just go in any direction. We can swim anywhere. There's no terrain really limiting us because we're not walking on the ground. So it's, by default, it's a much more three-dimensional kind of movement that really, really makes it an interesting game to play. So we're going to pop up in here one more time. And I got the resources I need for the fins. So, wait a minute. Let's do it in the right order. We're going to get some silicone rubber. And then we're going to get fins. And now we're going to be able to swim faster, which is awesome. So what's the next equipment we should get? There's a number of things we need. Radiation suit would probably be good. We need fiber mesh and lead. Now, I think fiber mesh requires us to actually cut into the creepvine, which means we need a knife.
Emergency.
Also,
seismic readings suggest
hang on.
a quantum detonation has occurred in the Aurora's
You're gonna
core.
want to see this.
The central dark matter reactor
Just trust me.
will reach a supercritical state in T-minus 10, 9,
Bust out the
8,
popcorn
7,
if you haven't already.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hey, look, a moon. And an explosion. This is the really cool part. Listen. Hear the shockwave arrive, and of course the radiation noise. Speaking of radiation, we need to start looking into getting a radiation suit as well. But first, now that the Aurora has blown up, I mean, we weren't leaving regardless. That thing was crashed, but now it's crashed and exploded. So we need a knife because we need to be able to defend ourselves. So let's see. A knife requires titanium and silicone rubber. So we need to go get 2 more. We're just going to go out this way. Oh, it's getting dark. I need to move kind of quickly. We can still swim at night. It's very, very colorful and pretty. But it's just a little bit more perilous because you can't see quite as far. And we don't have a flashlight yet, so we're going to need to make one of those as well. But you're going to see me just trying to basically build the equipment that I need one thing at a time, using the... Alright, so there's the creepvine clusters that we needed. Using the recipes that are available in that device, in the escape pod, which is floating right there, as you have noticed throughout the episode so far. So that was that. And what else did we need? Titanium, right? So we need to get another piece of salvage. About halfway done with my oxygen. Oh, there's some limestone. Hey, copper. That's good. There's some salvage. As you can see, it's quite a benefit that we have already built the oxygen tank. We would have run out of air a while ago. Okay, there's our base. Got turned around for a second.
10 seconds
Okay.
of oxygen remaining.
But we have about twice as much thanks to our new O2 tank, and we can get an even better one later on. Hopefully in a few episodes. We'll see. Just depends how fast I can get all this stuff made. Alright, so now I need to make some silicone. And I need to break down that salvage into titanium. Each piece of salvage gives you 4 titanium to work with. Alright, so now we can make a survival knife. And now, remind me again, I think I was looking into the... Yes, we need lead for the radiation suit, though. I forgot about that. That's going to be a little harder to get. So we're going to have to just do some looking around. Let's see if there's any other tools that I can make now, though. We need to make a welder so that we can repair some of the stuff in here. It's not absolutely necessary, but it would be helpful. We also need a scanner. We need a scanner sooner than later. So tell you what, let's go ahead and make a battery. We need 2... Oh, cool, we already have copper, so we just need 2 acid mushrooms so we can have a battery. Hey, acid mushrooms. This is probably the most easy... This is the easiest, rather, resource to find in Subnautica. They stand out, they're very colorful, and they're just everywhere. You can just look around, and not only are they everywhere, but when you find them, there's... I mean, every single one of these things, big ones, small ones, is an acid mushroom that you can pick and use to make batteries. So it's a very, very common item. Notice our hunger meter is slowly dropping, so I'm going to have to keep an eye on that and get some food pretty soon. But first, let's make a battery. And then, let us make a very, very handy scanner. The scanner will allow us to scan pieces of wreckage, as well as just wildlife in general, and gain information about the environment. Unfortunately, I can't really see that much right now. So speaking of that, let's climb back up, since it's still nighttime. And let's have a look at... what do I need? Tools. Flashlight. So I need glass, and I need another battery. So I'm going to need one more piece of copper, and 2 acid mushrooms, and some glass. So I need to get 2 acid mushrooms. One of the really nice things about the nighttime is that when you're looking for quartz crystals, the night makes them much easier to spot. Look at how they pop out. During the day, that would be very hard to see. Okay. I just heard a crasher. So that's good. I know where one is. You'll see what that is in a moment. So Subnautica is an early access game like The Long Dark. It's a long-term early access game like The Long Dark. It's been in development for a while. They've been steadily patching it at about the same frequency of The Long Dark, in fact. So it's just very, very similar. It's one of the reasons I enjoy it so much. It's an active developer, and it's a great game. It's a pretty game. It's an innovative game. It's just, it does everything right. So where is my base? I keep getting turned around. There it is. But because it's early access, you will see some glitches from time to time. One thing that happens in this current version of the game is there's just a lot of pop-in. And, I mean, you can partly attribute that to my processor and my graphics card, which are both pretty good. But at the same time, you know, optimization of games that are fully developed kind of tends to prevent monsters from popping in and doing stuff that they shouldn't in a finished product. So you will occasionally see some environmental... Okay, it's telling me to eat. You will occasionally see some environmental stuff. I guess I'll go and make glass again. I picked up 4 pieces of quartz, so I have 2 pieces of glass now. So yes, expect the occasional glitch. But like The Long Dark, I mean, I hate to keep bringing up the previous game in this Subnautica series, but I mean, this is the first time I've played a game so similar to one of my big wheelhouse titles, so it is relevant to the channel. And like The Long Dark, it's a very polished game. There is the occasional glitch, but by and large, it's a very complete, fun experience. What was I? Oh yeah, I need food, don't I? Food. You, come here. Come here. Okay, so I got a boomerang. Just trying to hunt different creatures. Ooh, these guys are so fast. Come here. Damn, where'd you go? Curses. I'll just go after another one. Come here. Ooh, you, come here. Really? It's not that hard. Alright, so I got an air sac. You, peeper. Come here. Gotcha. Okay, so now we're going to head back to the base. Now, the air sac that I picked up is very useful for actually getting water, because since it's an underwater air sac, it fills up with water, and then you can take it to the fabricator and get refined water from it. Once you get the salt out of it, you can drink it. So yes, you can eat the air sacs as well, but it's much better to use them for water, which is what we're going to do. So let's go to food. We're going to get some filtered water from that air sac. That's going to help us there. And also, there is just water contained in the cooked fish that we're about to eat as well. So we need to cook these so that we don't lose health due to food poisoning. Okay. And now...
Vital signs stabilizing.
Excellent. All right. That's much better. Oh, we're still carrying some nutrient blocks. I thought we put all those back. Evidently we didn't. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put some of this stuff back up, and we'll come back and get it when we need it. So I still have some creepvine seed clusters. All right, so I've got just my health indicators in generally better shape. So now let's take another look at the fabricator. Refresh my memory as to what we're going for at present. Flashlight, right? That was the idea. We need a battery, so we need one more piece of copper. Now this can be tough. You have to kind of just break any rock that you see and hope that one of them, they're usually on these cliff faces, and hope that one of them contains copper. There's 3 pieces of quartz right here just waiting to be picked up. So I'm going to do that. And also, there's a piece of salvage right there. Alright, I can see something we can scan right here. Mobile vehicle bay fragment. Alright, so that's 1 of 3 mobile vehicle bay fragments. Let me go ahead and get this as well. Need to keep an eye out for those guys. Bioreactor fragment. Crap. He sees me. Swim, 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 swim.
30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Okay, good. So I have a knife. I could have defended myself there, but I prefer not to provoke too many creatures in the deep right now. If you missed the introduction to the series, I am not playing with permadeath on, just because it is easy in this game. There's a heat signature down there. Interesting. It is easy in this game to die a quick and painful death. So I just am being conservative and trying to play in such a way where the series can be guaranteed to continue. I'm sure there are Let's Players who will play. Matter of fact, I think I know one. I think Willowyst is playing a Subnautica series on with permadeath turned on. I think it's called, yeah, hardcore mode. But again, it's just, I want to make sure that we have a series that can last a good 20, 40 episodes. We'll see. And in order to do that, I think I'm going to play it a little bit differently than I typically play The Long Dark. Alright. What kind of metal did I get? I didn't even look at what metal I got. All titanium. Alright, let me surface real quick.
Emergency. 10 seconds of oxygen
I know.
remaining.
Alright. We need copper. Where are you, copper? Copper, copper, copper. Look for the rocks on the cliff face. That's... no, it's not a rock. That's just a combination of light and shadow. Wait, is that one? Same thing. Man. This is rough. I'm having a hard time spotting rocks to break. Let me look in another spot. This is maybe not the best spot for these to be found. Sometimes they're just sitting on these coral tubes or near them. So that would be a good place to look. And usually, oh, hang on. Here's something I can scan. There's one right there. Good. Solar panel fragment. Excellent. Oh, good. I got some lead.
Emergency.
That's what we need to make
10
our
seconds of oxygen
radiation suit.
remaining.
So let's keep looking around for those. There's another one. See, I just needed to relocate, look in a slightly different spot. This is limestone, so good, there's some copper, which means we can make our flashlight. But I'm going to keep looking around, see if I can break any more of those rocks. Get some additional ore. Hopefully some additional copper. Because you're rolling the dice every time you break one of those. I mean, there are certain types of deposits, those little rock deposits, that are more likely to produce copper than others. But... huh. Okay, I don't see any other rocks at the moment. This is... I'm just going to have to spend some time hunting for these rocks to break. There's usually a large coral tube somewhere near the spawn spot. It's much bigger than that. You can actually swim through it. That has a bunch of minerals just hanging out in it. But, see, the last time I did a start in Subnautica, the coral tube was very, very near me. Now it's spoiled me rotten, because now I have a feeling it's a little farther away than usual. And I want it to be closer so that I can find it. Aha! There it is. There it is. You can tell it's huge. It's a coral tube, but there's all these mineral deposits hanging out on it. So we're gonna swim through this real quick. We're also gonna take our knife out just in case we encounter anything. But as you can see, there's a bunch of rocks. All right, so there's some titanium. We don't really need titanium. We need copper. Perfect. There's some copper. Titanium. Titanium. How's our inventory? We got room for 12 more. Good, copper. The more copper, the better. Copper is needed for electronics. Oh, good, more lead. I think we can do our radiation suit now. That was quick. So we can swim closer to the ship without dying, basically. There's some titanium, very good. We can also swim through this tube, which we will do in just a moment. It's quite fantastic. And here is some more copper. Very good. Oh, there's another rock. See, this is why I was looking for this tube. It's a great thing to look for in the early game because it makes finding your initial chunk of metals while you're building all of your equipment just a piece of cake.
Emergency.
Okay, I'm rising. Right, surfaced and back down. Let's swim through this, shall we? Here we are. Now, it's a little dark in here, so I might not be able to spot all of these. They're kind of hard to see. If you have a flashlight, it's easier to highlight them. Just... and not miss any of them. This is another reason... Oh, crap. Inventory full. Alright, we'll tell you what. I'm going to drop a piece of titanium. Because that's copper. And copper is more valuable than titanium. Titanium is a little bit easier to... Oh, crap. Bring it. Bring it, you jerk. You are not swimming away as fast as you should, considering how many cuts I'm putting on you. Okay, now he's running away. You can't actually get meat from those. So you can't actually... It's not like killing a wolf, for those of you who get the reference. Are you swimming after me? No, you're not. Okay. So you're really just defending yourself. Oh, you are swimming after me. Are you? What are you doing? Make up your mind. Alright, we're going to head back towards our... Well, we swim a good ways. Hang on, let me make sure I have my bearings. Alright, so... Okay, so there's the tube entrance. There's the ship. So it's actually very much between the landing pod and the ship. If I just swim this direction... Let me check this out. Yep, if I just swim this direction and kind of... Wait, where is it? Where did it go? Oh, there it is. It's right there. Alright, so it's not... Let's see. There's the landing pod. There's the ship. And it's kind of... Alright, if I just swim towards the ship from the landing pod and look to my left, I can always find the coral tube. This is something you want to do in the beginning of every game in Subnautica. You want to know how to get to that tube so that you can get all of your minerals early on. And I'm about to show you why. Alright, so we're going to hop in here. And we're going to break down some of the salvage we picked up. Get some titanium. Ooh, oops. Get some titanium from it. Alright. Looks like... Wow, okay, we had 3 pieces of salvage in our inventory. Those, of course, are... They take up 4 inventory slots. So, and then they convert into 4 pieces of titanium. So, thankfully, I just got some glass from the quartz that I had, so that freed up some spots. But, what I need to do now is... I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and build a battery. I'm just trying to free up inventory slots. Also, I'm going to go ahead and get some copper wire, because I will need copper wire. Let me go ahead and make 2. This will help free up some space. Now, this creepvine seed cluster I really don't need, so I'm going to hop out here. It's taking up a lot of space in my inventory, and I need that space for something else right now. Actually, we can go ahead and make our radiation suit, can't we? Oh, wait, no, we can't, because we have not yet picked up the fibers that we need. But we're close. We are close. All right, so the flashlight we can definitely make now, so let's do that. And that takes up just 1 slot, and that also freed up some more space. And now, the pièce de résistance, we want... Oh, where are you? There's a... I'm trying to make a... Oh yeah, here it is. Deployables. Waterproof locker. We want one of these. Inventory full. Free up some space to pick up the waterproof locker. Of course. Still not enough room freed up. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to open up the storage container here, and we're going to put away... There we go. We picked up the waterproof locker. So we have storage inside the... Oh, I didn't mean to do that. In the water. We have storage inside the landing pod. But we're going to go ahead and do this. And now we have a locker in the water. It's not going to move. It's going to stay right there. Convenient, isn't it? We're going to label it titanium. And then we're going to open our storage. And all this titanium we've got is going to go in there. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and go back inside. We're going to make one more, and we're going to label it copper. Haha. So, where are you? Deployables, yes. Also, we can make beacons now that we have copper wire. Beacons are very, very handy for marking locations so that you don't have to navigate yourself. All right, so we've got one more waterproof locker. Now, where's the other one? There you are. They can get bumped if I run into them, so they'll move that way, but otherwise they will not move. Copper. Perfect. Now let's open storage and put all that stuff away. Now these are quite temporary. As soon as we actually have a base built and an interior that we can get into down here, we'll actually be able to build larger lockers that can hold a lot more than this. But this is a good way to kind of empty our inventory of anything that we find in Subnautica in the early stages. On that note, I'm going to go ahead and cut this episode here, and we will jump in the next episode and continue gathering materials, gathering equipment, and just getting more and more awesome. And also, we need to start looking into getting the utilities. Those are our lockers right there under the water. We need to look into getting the ability to actually build things. So the actual... Hang on, let me look this up. The habitat builder. We need a computer chip and a battery. Not going to be too difficult to get the materials we need for that. I think we're going to need some silver, so we're going to go silver hunting in the very next episode. Thanks very much for watching. If you enjoyed, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I upload new episodes in Into the Locker every day at 6 Eastern Daylight Time, which is GMT-4 for those of you not in the States. And comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in a bit.